energy. We're talking about life source energy. It's the most important thing in your life. It's life source energy. You're leaking that from emotion. We're moving or we're shifting our consciousness to a more subtle consciousness. Firework will start now.
If you feel tired or not yourself, so you leak energy, how do you know where the leak is? How do you know? How do you kom erachter? Hoe zeg je dat? Kom erachter.
Found out.
Yeah, how do you find out that where you leak?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, then we just put you in water, and then we just see where the little air bubbles come out of you, and there's the leakage. If only, if only that was so easy. Now, now where do you leak energy? Where will you leak energy? You get tired. What's the biggest leak of energy we have as humans? Do you know? Do you have an idea?
What the biggest leak?
Yeah, what is for us people the biggest? Where do we leak the most energy? Where do we lose most energy in our lives?
Thoughts.
No, in emotions. Emotions, in the emotions we have. Do you ever felt that when you were angry at that particular moment, when you're angry, you can do so much work, and you can do the whole kitchen, you clean the whole kitchen in like 10 minutes, but then afterwards you're just completely shattered. You're knackered, and you're on the couch, or you feel very tired in your body, or your body's aching because you overdid so much. So angry and then cleaning is not really a good option. People say, I get really angry and frustrated and then I just go for it. It's not very good for your health. You're leaking energy very badly. Plus, when you're crying, you're leaking literally a lot of body fluid. It's also leaking energy. Crying, as in a sort of state of when you just had to release, is giving you energy. Crying can also come and as a state of release, releasing tension, releasing emotion. But when we just cry, we're like completely empty, and not in a nice way of emptiness. We're like so tired. Have you ever been there? You ever done that?
Yeah.
You're like
Want to go to bed.
yes, or frustration, or like emotions who what we hold on very long. We can hold on to some emotions quite a long time, are like frustration, irritation. It's something we cannot do for years. We can be frustrated for years, really. We can be depressed for years. Some people are depressed not even knowing they're depressed. They just feel annoyed all the time or irritated all the time. And you're leaking energy extremely bad. It's very bad for you. You're looking to death. It's no life. So the worst losing of prana, or life source energy. We're talking about life source energy. It's the most important thing in your life. It's life source energy. You're leaking that from emotion. Emotion is the biggest leak. And where do we leak that? Especially around other people, because we are so convinced we have to do something in relationships, or think that the other one is giving us something, or we're so convinced we're not ourselves with other people most of the time, and that's bad. So we're thinking a lot instead of being a lot. So when you feel where you're leaking energy, we're leaking energy all the time. And when we're busy doing this, we're shifting our consciousness from body and mind consciousness, so the material world, like everything you see is real, and taking that for granted and all these things. We're moving or we're shifting our consciousness to a more subtle consciousness, where we're not believing our thoughts, we're not believers anymore, we're not that sort of believers. We're learning to ignore our thoughts. We're learning to moving towards silence or following kriyas or exercises that move ourselves to mantra or beach mantra or chant. What we are following is more of the sound we're having inside of us, the frequency we have inside of us, instead of the mind frequency, because we're following the mind frequency as we know this so well. We're always in a state of tense. We're always in a sort of, there's always a tense in us, a sort of, it's no space. There's always something in the mind. There's always something going on, like the base of the mind as it is now, the state of the mind is based nothing than I'm not good. If you found that out, that everything I do is that state, everything I do, if you can feel good, but why are you feeling good? It's because somebody else gives you a compliment, or you done something you're proud of, but it's always something in relation to something else. It's nothing within ourselves. You don't have that sense in yourself that everything is as it is. You need a good feeling. So in that state of mind consciousness, there's only that you feel bad if you don't come out of bed. You feel bad. You feel bad and bad and bad. And you start to wonder if people hate you, or you just don't belong to this world, or you're just a different, you're always telling you the wrong things. And obviously you're listening to this lovely voice inside of your mind who's keeping you occupied your whole life with a sort of state you're in. And this is not what we do over here. We're following something completely different, and we're not following nothing of the state of mind anymore. So the person as you are now, as in the mind body based state, is always leaking energy, because it's always acting from an emotional state, from a thought state, a thought that is convinced, or a habit, so it's always a memory. We're always in a sort of memory state. We're always responding something from the past, looking at the future, but never here. It's impossible in the mind. We could say, I'm here, but that is always in the sense of memory looking at the future. Like your whole identity is based on something from a memory, from something you think you are. It's a thought. So you never break through your own thoughts. You continuously, like a record, just play up the thoughts continuously. So when we start to follow, that's real spirituality. What I'm telling you now is following real energies, the prana. And the prana, as in the life source, is our breath. And when we're meditating, when we're following the chants, doing the mantras, doing our exercises, our asanas, or our yoga practices, you feel you're getting to this treasure inside of you. You get deeper and deeper inside of yourself, and you're not attached to these superficial things anymore. So you're not, when you're practicing this, you're moving on to something that's not leaking energy anymore. You feel far more here.
Mhm.
But people always like to talk about themselves, and then they lose energy because these talking about yourself is emotion. It's all based on emotions. So you're not getting the things done you need to do here, what God says you had to do here.
Wake up.
I think he leaked some energy. It's party time here, you see. So get yourself in gear. There it is. That's the sign. Firework will start now. You will get firework. This is really what's going on in your heart. This is true. It's not leaking energy. It's giving you the energy. It really is the opposite. It's when you're ready for the real thing, you will move in this direction, and you'll see that your stories, the way you're telling them yourself and other people, is the real leakage in your life. Okay? Is this okay? Is this enough?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste. Namaste.